WWE 2K26 this ringside pass. It's something that, see, originally I was planning on doing a my rise my career series on 2K26, and that's probably not going to happen because over time it's become blatantly obvious that they don't really care about. Just like Michael Jackson said, they don't really care about us as far as the consumers. It's only about what lines their pockets. And this ringside pass really reminds me of what TKO is doing to do it. It's like these new devs are the TKO of the 2K. It's really unfortunate, because I'll actually go ahead and like so. If you're already aware, let's see, where you at? Ringside pass, right? So you got all these things to do. Now this is my main account right here, so I kind of don't usually use my main account. I neglect it heavily, but all this, people who we've had unlocked. We even have moves locked. We got we got African American Hulk Hogan locked. Which, I mean, honestly, 2002 Hulk Hogan, when he was a tag team with Edge, and around that time we was facing Brock. I liked that run of Hulk Hogan and his run in Japan. Stuff like this. Championships, titles, stuff we've already had. It's like, it's ridiculous moves and O2 Undertaker, things that we've already had in this game right here. That game right there, so I just don't understand the greed. It's honestly a turnoff. I've never really had a problem with DLC, but the ringside pass is it's insane. Like, I can go here right now, Performance Center, right, and then I can go probably all the way down here. DDP was already he was AAA. Now DDP he's Diesel. Oh, one that really blew my mind as to Bray Wyatt being locked. But I was like 2K23. I'm pretty sure he Booker T. Hell is that? This is just unacceptable, especially since I paid for the $160 edition. But the thing is, there's 6 seasons of Ringside Pass, right? So that actually, I'm gonna actually see how much. Out of curiosity, right? I'm gonna go to Ringside Pass. Right? And I'm gonna just randomly click, probably here. Ringside Pass. All right. All 40 tiers. Okay, so that's 70. Yeah, but after a while, after you try to do everything, if you don't want to grind on a game that you've already spent your hard-earned money for, that'll be at least almost $1,000 for this one game. And the thing that's really stupid to me, especially because this isn't like a AEW Fight Forever or a Fortnite to where you can buy the game one time and then update over time. Whatever you buy is gone next year. I'll show you exactly, because this is ridiculous. So if I go here and just click on a random person, and then I go to custom superstar, I'll pick a male, and then we go here. This is mind-bogglingly anti-consumer as hell. So I go here. Let's see. Probably to the hair options, right? That is not the hair options. I can read. I'm literate. But if I go to the hair options and then I go here, so this is the crazy part. For 2K25, I purchased this. Like this exact hairstyle. I purchased this for 2K25. And I remember seeing this that this was, you know, a part of the island as well. The biggest issue, the biggest glaring issue is the fact that you got to go and pay for things again on a game that you already paid. It doesn't matter the highest edition for the game. You got to sit there and pay again for something that you already got last year. That's ridiculous. So not only is it an annual live service thing, which is a horrible model, you know, because you know you can spend 100, 200, you know, depending on if you don't want to grind or not. And they already patched out the they patched out the way to cheat. Well cheese. They patched out, you know, things that I'll actually go here right quick. So this was under the latest 2K patch. Locker room. So this is pretty much him you know, just addressing MyFaction. And then this dude was saying pretty much how the players playing the game, how the hell they want to play it is cringe, and you know, don't do that. That's bad. Stuff like that. But then you have people saying, "What about the cooldown? It makes it harder to get MFP, whatever that is." I'm not hip to the abbreviations and acronyms. I just play the games. I remember MyFaction was introduced in 2K22. I never touched it. I didn't touch MyFaction in 2022, 2K22, 2K23, 2K24. And I'll show actually. So go here. All these things that I never really touched. So all of these games, I didn't touch MyFaction in this game. I never touched MyFaction in this game. I never touched MyFaction in this game. I never touched MyFaction in this game. Especially this one. It's never really appealed to me. I mean, I've seen people like the Kenny Bombs and just Brian's doing it, but I mean, it's pretty. It's never really caught my eye. And then this dude right here is gonna say blowing through matches in less than 60 seconds to exploit is not about fun. It's about circumventing the system. Now, see, this dude got cooked on the internet, rightfully so. This dude got 1.4 million views and only 77 likes. Those 77 people must not play the games. But also, not only is he telling us how to play the game, not only is he telling us that how you're gonna play the game how we like it. This dude is talking about exploiting exploiting and not fun. But then you go to this garbage right here when you have to pay for stuff you already most likely paid for last year. And then you go to, I don't know, the ringside pass. Is that not exploiting your audience? Is that not exploiting your fans? When we sat here and most likely paid, when we most likely paid for everything that, you know, is already in the ringside pass this year. But also, this stuff was already free. Everybody was free. We didn't have to pay for people like the Shawn Michaels and the Attitude, and also the Attitude Era. Pretty sure one of the editions, the one I got, so I would know, it's called the Attitude Era edition. But the people on the cover are not available readily. Interesting. Talking about exploiting people, exploiting the audience with this ringside pass garbage. What if people don't have the time to spare? What if people don't, you know, what if people can't afford to sit there and play because probably have jobs, lives, children? So, fork over that, I think it's like $77 or something like that. And then this is after you get the actual game, which is the highest that you can go is 160 and the lowest you can go is 70. 4 editions. So that's 4 editions. No matter which one you pick, you're gonna have to pay. And I feel bad for the people who I'm recording this on March 13th, which is the global release. So the global release, which is today, all of those people are now screwed because they no longer get access to the cheat, the cheese, as they keep seeing that phrase on the internet. So it's like I'm supposed to say it, but yeah, they don't get access to that. That's really unfortunate for everyone else. People like Shawn Michaels, who are already in the game. People like Hulk Hogan, who have been free to play for a long time. WCW, yeah, the Great Muta, who was in the game last year, Lex Luger, DDP, attitude, yeah, the Wolf Pack, Scott Hall, people who were in the game last year, literally, like they were in 2K. And then this dude goes on to say, bruh, there's no there's live events, the Gateway weekly tours. Come on, let's be for real. You just want a speedball. Yeah, well, probably we just want things. I really wish there was like this dislike button. And the fact that this dude gets all these views, and he really made he made it abundantly clear that these games aren't for the consumers. It's just like 2K made it. It's just like TKO made it abundantly clear that the product isn't for the consumers either. Mark Shapiro said it out his mouth. It can't get clearer than that for the head honcho to say, yeah, well, Vince focused on the families. We're not doing that. We're focused on pricing out the dollar. He said that. Go look it up. For some reason, he tried to make Vince making the shows affordable into an insult. I don't know. That's like saying, I don't know, man. Santa's lame. He gets gifts on Christmas. I take him away. That makes no sense. See, people like this, just pretty much saying you gonna play how I want you to, because how I want you to makes me and my boys more money. And it's sad because people will sit here and, defend this just because they can get, a free invite to the next 2K event, or, free game, or get access early, knowing that they don't like what's going on either. But they have to say it, just like Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze, they were having their match on up, down, down. And then the server crashed on Xavier Woods, but he couldn't say anything because he works for the company. So he was just sitting there looking depressed like that. It was like his heart was broken because he was like, man, I know I can't say it, but speedball, like no Mike Bailey. But this dude, you just want a speedball. It's not obvious that, of course, we'd want to get access to what we paid for with our hard-earned money. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this might sound like a reach, but I truly think that there's something illegal. Like, it just feels, something about the ringside pass feels illegal. I don't know. Now, of course, this, you're hating, you're reaching, or whatever. But yeah, like something about it feels unethical as hell. I've been playing these games since SmackDown versus Raw 2009 because I'm young as hell. So to see that, just, I don't know, man, this is speed, but like, you gonna play again how I want you to. That's crazy for him to even say it. That's wild, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna sit here stuttering because I'm like, you just want to speed. This says it all. It's anti-consumer. And the part that's even funnier is that they patched the game, right? They patched the game. I'm just joking. They didn't patch the game. They patched the feature out of the game to allow us to get to what we need faster. And what we need is what we paid for. And what we paid for was, I don't know, probably for everything to be unlocked already because we paid almost $200, rounded up $200 for everything, you know. Also, another thing that I find a bit funny. So if I go down here, so I go, also, my game crashed multiple times, just loading up, you know. They focused on patching what lost them money, you know, instead of patching things that are good for the consumer, which means that they know how to, they're capable of patching the game sooner, because I've never seen 2K jump onto something so quickly. I've never seen these dudes go to work so quick until, you know, we found a way we found a way around the ringside scam, you know. We found a way around it. So they're like, okay, well, we got to work harder than we've ever had before. That is crazy, man. So I'm gonna go here, create an arena right here, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So I'll go here, right? Major problem. All right, so you go here to the probably the announce table. So I'll go to ringside, go to announce table right here. Pick one of those modern announce tables, but there's an issue here, right? So you go here, major problem. So you go here, and then can't customize it. No patch on that. You can't seem to customize it. Okay. Well, probably we'll be able to add logos onto the ring barricade, right? No. can't seem to do that either. Okay, so I'll just save the arena. Go to a custom show. Okay, so I'll go to a custom show, you know, make one of those. And all right, go here. So I'm making a straight up custom thing, a custom promotion. So let's get me some general purpose. Let's give me some general. Oh, looks like they took it out. So now I'll just be stuck with one of these WWE or WCW commentary teams as a okay. Fine. All right, cool. Okay, so I'll just save the show then. But first off, before I do that, I'm going to go back to custom arena. Going to go back to this and then go to ring. And then I'm going to get rid of this right here, just in case I don't want it or need it or anything. If I want a custom promotion or something, you know, and I just don't want the LED board. And then I'll go to play. Oh, also, I Quit was already in the games. Inferno was already in the games. Brawls was already in the games. But for some reason, you know, they just put their logo of 2K26 up there. I think this is for the people. I think this is for the younger fans who haven't played the THQ games or the early 2K. I think no, actually no. 2K. That's the common misconception. People think that 2K14 was a 2K game, but it was not. So I'll go here. Probably get, oh yeah, AJ Lee's. You have to grind through the showcase, even though that you pay for everything already. So I'll go to Alex Shelley because he's one of my favorites of all time, and I'll go AJ Styles because he is one of the best wrestlers in the man. Yeah, for sure. There we go, Alan Neil Jones, and then I'll show you what I mean. That is not what I wanted to do. Let's see. We're gonna run that back. So I'll just pick two random people so you can see what I'm talking about. Then my custom arena, so you can see exactly the problem here. It's still there. So no matter if you get rid of the LED, no matter if you get rid of the LED apron board, it's still gonna be there. And I've tried this method. I've tried, getting rid of it. I tried adding it on and then getting rid of it multiple times, and it never goes away. So the game just like forces you to have it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a glitch. But they didn't patch that though. And then of course you have these two. If you get two commentary teams that you can't even choose from, they for some reason have the fourth commentary person right there. That needs to be patched. But no, they only focused on what's better for the consumer, which is getting around a greedy, scummy, scammy ringside pass that is probably going to alienate the rest of the people who are already turned off by the 2K franchise, by the other stuff they did in previous years. But this isn't going to help their case at all. 4 people on a 3-person it's kind of like if you ever ridden a school bus, you get like 2 people in a seat, and then you're that third person who's kind of just on the edge, but the bus driver needs the aisle to be clear, but then you're just struggling to stay in the seat. This is how this is really. And this LED board that I got removed is still here. And it doesn't go away either. I've tried it numerous times. It never goes away. It never goes away. That's something that needs to be patched, but it won't. Because, they're only focused on... Now, I get it, though. Companies need to worry about making money, but not to this extent. This feels illegal. Something about the ringside pass feels illegal. It feels, it feels kind of... It feels... it feels very bad. Like, it feels very off. Something about it. So then, as he continues to go down and get roasted like crazy, patching ringside 2K, patching the ringside pass, fixing real issues in the game, creating an arena, exactly. Now, as I just showed you, creating an arena is so weird to the point where you can't customize the modern announce tables. They barely added any new features. But on top of that, certain features that you remove, the game will automatically unsave your work and put it back on. It is insane. It's frustrating as hell. In the EU Digital Fairness Act says your system is illegal. Monetized skips for already paid content are not permitted. Never knew that. How the hell are you going to tell people? Who the fuck are you to tell people who paid for the game what is and what isn't? Exactly. That's another thing that this cornball sleazebag, who calls himself a developer, doesn't seem to understand. You can't possibly have an audience still want to engage with your product if you're the person telling them what is and what isn't fun. You can't, like, that's stupid to me. How he actually thought that he was cooking with that, but he got cooked. Rightfully so. They stockpiled and shamed this dude. Rightfully so. I can't stand people like this. Entitled wrestlers. Now we got the entitled wrestlers who are telling the fans that they don't matter and everything. And now we got entitled game developers. I don't know, man. I don't understand. I truly don't understand. Yeah, not the greatest response, with all due respect. Yeah, you're telling people who are spending money on your stuff, putting money in your pocket, making it rain like big meat on your corporation, what is and what isn't fun to them. That's crazy. That is so... Man, that is crazy. I'm so happy this man got flamed, filleted, roasted on Twitter. They rotisseried this man. Thank goodness. It is insane. This dude, like, just I don't know, man. But I rambled on about this for too long, talking in circles. But I was just irritated because you can't possibly you sat here and had the nerve, you had the nuts to tell people what is and what isn't fun with their game when they're spending their hard-earned money on their game. It's so crazy. And the fact that and the fact that like you tried to get you this dude Brian tried to gaslight and say you're exploiting the game. We wouldn't have to if we didn't have no ringside scam going on. This is insane. I've never seen like and the game would be broken for an eternity and they have yet to patch it. The game didn't even release and they patched it, right? But now it's like the game is releasing in a couple hours worldwide. It's early morning as I'm recording this on March 13th, 2026. But they jumped on it. They jumped on it, and they never fix the game when it needs to be fixed. But yeah, this shows where their priorities are. It's never been about and that's expected. These corporations don't care, but for one of their own to say that is crazy. Their own foot soldiers. That's insane. But let me know what you think down in the comments below about this. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. This is. Oh wait, I didn't even notice. I didn't know he said this. Hold on. So all this person said was this. Cool. Now we just need the cooldown removed from MyFaction. He said, nah. I'm guessing because Brian knows what's best for the players. Brian knows what's best for all of us. Apparently, oh, dude, I'm so tired of these people in this generation. It's never been this bad. The developers are coming out and being non-fan friendly, and now you got the wrestlers doing it. And then you got I don't know, man. This is not a good day. This is not a good day to be fans. And now you got Brie Bella talking about how people got small wieners if they don't like her. It's these these people are getting way too comfortable talking about people. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below about this ringside arse. Now, I'm only making this because I don't think that I'll ever really buy one of those 2K games again if they have this ringside pass. Now, usually people say, this is my last 2K game. This is my last 2K game. But I seriously think that this will be if they keep reinforcing it. But I don't see this ringside pass going anywhere because you have clowns grinding and everything, and I cheesed my way through it by beating up Eric Bischoff for about 2 hours. But there's no reason for me to play every year if I'm going to have to grind for at least 10 hours now. Like, that's a whole school shift in a couple hours. That's a school shift in a movie. But yeah, that's about it. These clowns, bro. Oh, I've completely forgot. So if you go here, I didn't unlock anything on this account, but if you have CM Punk from this era, his arena is just the same as all the other ones, except for CM Hart. But other than that, they just copied and pasted his entrance onto all, including like that's see, that's unacceptable because we paid top price to dudes on the cover, and they couldn't even bother to even give him a different entrance for his Ring of Honor CM Punk. That's crazy. Yep, but that's about it. That's all I have to say about that.